Hello everyone. We're about to make some of the best pecan pie you've ever tasted in your life. And it's my own recipe. To start with, you can make your own pie crust. I got this frozen one from Marie Callender's. And I've also have these ready-made graham cracker ones. You have to be careful when you bake them. These can only be in the oven about 15 minutes. So we'll have to be a little tricky with that. These need to go in the oven. You're making a full pie like this about 50 minutes at 350. First we want to start with our eggs. First we want to start with our 4 eggs. We want to add the sugar, a half a cup of brown and a half a cup of white, and a cup of pure cane syrup, or maple syrup. Did I say cane? If I've been saying cane, forget that. I mean pure maple syrup. Sometimes, what'd you say, honey? What? I'm stupid and I have no friends. Is that what you said? Oh, I do have at least one friend. Okay. Anyway, let's get back to our recipe here. We have a cup of pure maple syrup. Remember, maple syrup is so much better flavor than corn syrup. So let's just blend that well until it's properly incorporated. The brown sugar is usually a little clumpier. So mix it until it's all blended. You want to now add in a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now here's one of the secret ingredients. You want to add in a half a teaspoon of cinnamon. You also want to add in a sprinkle of salt, not much, about a half a teaspoon. And this part is important. You want to put in about 4 tablespoons of butter. Make sure your butter is melted, but that it is not hot. It will, or it could cook the egg, so you want to pour the melted butter in there. It's cool. The butter needs to be as cool as possible without it reconstituting. You don't want it in there hot. It could cook the eggs. So add your butter slowly and blend it well. Blend everything well. Now let's add in our pecans. You want about 2 cups of pecans. Pour that right into the mixture. And then this is what I like to add, is about a half a cup of pecan sandy crumbles. You cannot buy the pecan sandies in crumbles. You have to go and buy them whole and then crumble them yourself. I use this thing and I like that. It's so much fun. So let's blend everything well. You don't need to go crazy with the blending. You just want to fold it until it looks well incorporated. Now for the hard part. You got to spoon this into that. So let's try to do that without making too much of a mess. I'm going to use a gravy ladle. That's what this is, and I think that'll work good. So let's give it a try. Be careful not to put too much. You want to fill these things up till they're about 80% full. Because they will bubble up as they're cooking. Now I have enough here to make, it looks like 12 of these little mini pies. Now we can make a regular sized one here and use the rest of ours to make a regular one. The little ones I'm making for church, this bigger one we'll probably keep here at the house to enjoy. Again, you want to fill it up to it's about 80% full. This stuff does bubble up. It doesn't necessarily rise, but it bubbles up and it can make a big mess. So you want to make sure that it looks about 80% full, about like that. Okay, I'm setting the camera up a little bit better. We're going to put our pie in the oven. We're baking at 350 for about 45 to 50 minutes. I'm going to put the smaller ones on the bottom and leave them in there for about 15 minutes. There, I have them in there for about 15 minutes, maybe 16 minutes, and we'll check them to see what they look like then. Okay, at this point, there's nothing to do now that I've cleaned up, but to just stare at the oven. I've heard that if you stare at the oven, it'll cook faster, sort of like boiling water. Or is that the other way around? No matter. Well, they're looking pretty good, and the kitchen is starting to smell delicious. That maple syrup and pecans and all that cooking. I wish I could eat some right now, but they're not done yet. Okay, I'm looking at the clock, and it looks like I have about another 7 minutes, and I can hardly wait. What's that, honey? What'd you say? You think I'm ugly and I have no friends? Oh, you do think I have at least one friend? Okay, I can live with that. So, it's been, it's still 7 minutes. Okay, let's keep watching. Okay, the mini pies have been in the oven at 350 for about 15 minutes. So we're going to take them out now and place them here. About halfway through, I covered them with aluminum foil so that way the pie crust wouldn't burn. They look and smell delicious. Now these mini pie crusts are already ready to eat, or they're already cooked, I guess, because they're a graham cracker crust. So you do have to be careful when baking them. So we want to allow these to cool off for about an hour before we serve them, or you could put them in the fridge and save them for tomorrow. I made all these for the church luncheon tomorrow, so that's what I'll do with them. When you serve them, you can serve them with whipped cream, obviously, or maybe some ice cream. I personally just like to eat them straight up. Now in the oven is our larger pie still cooking. That has about another 20 minutes to cook or so. When that one's ready, I'll do the same thing. It'll come out. It will sit out for about a good hour. And then from there, I will put it in the fridge. Man, does that ever look good. Smells good too. Contact me at www.edwardsharpauthor.com. Edward Sharp, S-H-A-R-P-E, author, A-U-T-H-O-R.com. And there's a contact link in there. Go to the contact page, say hello to me, let me know what you think about this recipe. And just so you know, all the books that I've written, none of them are cookbooks. So you'll just have to watch the video. Okay, bye-bye.